when my youngest two girls, Claire and Madeline, were camping with myself, my wife, and our two good friends, Troy and Karen and his girls. This was after dinner. We were at Brown County State Park, and we were trying to decide what we were going to do. The women were cleaning up the dishes and so forth, and I thought, you know what? I haven't taken my girls hiking yet. They need to go on a hike. And I looked up in the sky and I could see it was still light out. It was early in the evening, summer evening. It was really warm. It was still hot out. But I thought we'll go on a just a moderate hike. I love rugged and all that, but I've got my young daughters with me. We'll go on a mile. And so I looked up in the map. I didn't consult anybody. I just looked up in the map and I saw there was about a half-mile loop that was a moderate. I thought we could do that. I did take a flashlight with me. You never know. So I thought. So I didn't tell my wife we were leaving, unfortunately, or anybody else. But we had to drive to this entrance to get to where this hike or where this trail started. And as we're going down the trail, it's pretty easy, and we're walking for maybe 20, 25 minutes, and we get to about a halfway mark, and I realize, wait a second, it's getting pretty dark out. We were in the woods most of the time, but we got to a point where the woods had opened up and you could see a lake, and it was so pretty, but I see the light is really coming down. And so we go back into the woods. It got dark like that so quick. And so it is extremely dark. There is nobody else around. And I see a sign that says, "You are now entering the rugged part of the trail." Thought, how did this become rugged? It was supposed to be moderate. So my girls were freaking out, understandably. I'm sure I would at 3 and 4 years old. And so I think I had Madeline, I was holding up front. She was the youngest, and Claire was on my back. And I was trying to comfort them. I was sweating like crazy because it was so hot out. I had my one flashlight out. I had no cell phone signal, and so I couldn't call anybody. And so we're walking through a completely dark woods. The girls are really scared because you can hear everything, and you just think of there's an axe murder somewhere around here just waiting for us. I'm trying to walk up these steep embankments, and I'm singing, if you guys remember the VeggieTales, singing "God is bigger than a boogeyman," trying to comfort them. Well, we finally get out of there, and I get back to the campsite. My wife is freaking out. She had called the camp ranger thinking, "What have you done? You didn't tell us where you were going." And looking back, as with many of the things I do, it was a stupid maneuver. I didn't think about it before I did it. But I have this story, besides a funny story. I share this because so often in our lives, I run into this still today. We try to do things on our own, right? Do you get a point in your life where you're trying to do things without asking advice or getting input from somebody else? You just go do it because you want to do it. I'm going to challenge you today to start finding those friendships and those people you can trust on, because life is too hard to do this on your own. I'm in a job now, my full-time job is pharmaceutical sales, where I'm on the road all the time, but I still have the opportunity. I'm still talking to people along the way. I had the opportunity, I just got off the phone with my good friend Stephanie, and we had a chance to talk about what's going on our territories. And so I keep in communication with people on my team. I know I have my trusted friends that I can talk to. I know that as much as I'm alone, and we all need time alone at times, but we all have difficulties in our life, and it's so important to realize that we need other people to be there with us. In fact, there's a couple of scriptures it's talked about often in the Bible, just two I want to point out. And Proverbs 27:17 says, "Iron sharpens iron like one man sharpens another." Basically, we need each other to lift each other up and help each other. The second one I'd like to share is Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. It says, "Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up." Here again, I'm sharing this to say we need people with us. We need people to guide us. I have 3 accountability people in my church. This is why I emphasize so much in our church small groups. It's one thing to live a Christian life and try to do things on your own, but we're going to fall down. We're going to struggle. We're going to have questions. And that's why it's so important to be with other people, whether it's a small group or accountability group or a group of people that you can share intimate things with. If you're a guy, find some other guy friends. If you're a woman, find other women friends that you can be completely honest, that they will not criticize you when you fall down. They'll keep you accountable, and they'll try to help you because they know you can do better, because they know you and they trust you and you trust them. So I'm going to challenge you today to find those 2 or 3 or 4 people in your life. These aren't your friends on Facebook. Most of those friends are acquaintances. Find the people that you can be honest with, that you can share things with, that can help you through life. It's too hard doing life on your own. Trust me, I figured this out. I'll leave you with one last quote. This is from Pastor Craig Groeschel. And he says, it's almost impossible to be on the wrong path if you have the right friends. Have a great day.